The theme park dynamic in Orlando, Florida is changing, and changing in a big way. On May 22nd, 2025, Universal Orlando Resort opens its third gate, and this gate is going to be epic! Yes, it is Epic Universe. Universal team members, their family and friends, influencers, pass holders have all started to go to this park, and everyone is raving about it from top to tail. But is the House of Mouse even running scared? Oh yeah, you bet they are, and we have the receipts to prove it. As we look under the hat, let's just see what the Fedora finds. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us today as we're here with you, the greatest audience on YouTube, and all we ask is that you please click that little like button below as we share that Epic Universe has the House of Mouse so full of fear from what we hear, and it could save you big this year. You may realize Epic Universe is opening May 22nd, 2025, and already people have been enjoying this park, from team members of Universal to annual pass holders having their preview, like myself. Great big vlog on the channel. Go check that out. I'll put the link in the description. Guys, Epic Universe is here. It's here to stay. It's big, and it's a big deal, and it has Disney running scared. And if you don't believe me, well, Disney is reacting. How are they reacting? Not just with discounted prices, but with something unprecedented in any time in recent history, maybe the last 20, 25, maybe 30 years. We don't know when the last time they did this was, but they're actually lowering the ticket prices. No, I'm not talking about discounted tickets. I'm talking about the actual advertised retail price of the tickets are going down next year. This is unprecedented. This means this is Disney showing their hand, showing the cards. Disney be worried. Disney be scared. Disney, yes, indeed, they are. What I mean by that, well, let me get this on the screen for you. This is out of thatparkplace.com. If you're not bookmarked to thatparkplace.com, please do bookmark thatparkplace.com. It is a worthwhile site. You can even become a member like I am, a VIP member, get special articles. But out of thatparkplace.com by Mr. M. Montanaro, Walt Disney World ticket prices actually drop for 2026 in a stunning reversal. Focused shifts back to families. What a surprise. Ahead of Epic Universe official grand opening. There is the House of Mouse, Cinderella's castle in its pink and blue that needs to change and go back to the original colors. Here we have it. This is crazy. This is incredible what they're doing by M. Montanaro in a move that defies over a decade of trend lines. And I want to say it's maybe more than a decade, maybe 2 decades, maybe 3, I'm not sure. But Disney has done the unthinkable. It actually lowered some Walt Disney World ticket prices for 2026 for a company that's practically made a sport out of annual increases and upcharges. The reversal is more than surprising. It's historic. And while the changes may look small on paper, the message they send is massive. Disney is bracing for a battle. And look, as a former cast member who worked at Disney, at a place where they would increase the prices twice a year, and believe me, I benefited from it when I worked there, so I liked it. Beginning January 1st, 2026, the updated one-day Ticket World ticket prices look like this. Magic Kingdom, $139 to $199. Epcot, $129 to $184. Hollywood Studios, $139 to $194. Animal Kingdom, $119 to $179. Now, those individual prices are date-based, so on the more popular days, you're going to pay the highest price. That $199 at Magic Kingdom has remained still the highest price that they have, and it didn't change. But so what did change is other prices. And look at this. The top end pricing for Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom remains unchanged from 2025, but Epcot's most expensive day dropped $10, and Magic Kingdom's lowest tier fell $5 from $144 down to $139. Now, that may not sound dramatic, but Disney doesn't lower prices. Nope, they do not. Not unless they absolutely have to. And look, like I said, I am a former cast member. They raise the prices on food at least twice a year, merchandise sometimes several times in the year, ticket prices at least once, sometimes twice per year. So lowering actual advertised prices before any discounts, super unprecedented. The epic storm is coming in 2025. Yes, these aren't discounts, they are defensive maneuvers. Universal's Epic Universe is about to flip the Orlando theme park hierarchy on its head. Opening in just a month, it's poised to offer what many believe Disney no longer does: fresh, cutting edge, jaw dropping innovation. There is an overview of the Epic Universe theme park drawn on a map. And here's the interesting thing: the concept art to the actual reality. Well, with Epic Universe, the actual reality is better than the concept art. What an amazing twist that one is. With lands themed to Nintendo, How to Train Your Dragon, Universal Monsters, and Harry Potter, the park is designed to dazzle families, and it's going to succeed. Disney knows it. And now we're seeing signs of panic through perks and lower Disney World ticket prices. Recently, I was asked to give my opinion about this on the WDW Pro Show, and we turn to that footage now.
Ron, you've been there, you've experienced it. Talk to us about Epic Universe versus Disney World. Does Disney have to drop their prices, and do you think that they will continue to do what they're doing to try to save themselves in 2026?
I'm trying to figure out a way to put this that's nice, and there's not really a way to do it. Look, if you've been to Epic Universe, Disney World is an insult in comparison. And let me put it this way. Let's say that I were Rachel Zegler, for example, and I had just been to Epic Universe. I would probably say something like, the Magic Kingdom opened in 1971, and evidently so. It is. You know what? The Magic Kingdom feels very dated when you go to Epic Universe and you see what all is there and how brand new it is and how amazing this park is. It definitely more than lives up to the hype. You don't really know what to expect when you go through that Kronos portal, and you are just blown away by the visual, which I think is going to get even much better over the years as those plants and trees start growing higher and provide a lot more shade in the Celestial Park area. All I can tell you is that from my own personal experience as somebody who has loved the Disney parks for years and years and years, I cannot wait to get the highest level Epic Universe pass as soon as it's available. I want to spend so much time there, bring my family, my kids. Super Nintendo World it's mind-blowing. I mean, literally, I walked in there with Dance Life Kingdom, and it was like you walk into the world, you walk into the video game. It's more real, than going to see the Super Mario movie. It's more real than playing the video game. It is, you have just walked into that world, the world of the game. It's crazy how amazing it is. And by the way, that Donkey Kong, you're showing the Donkey Kong ride, the Minecart Madness, I laughed. I didn't know what to expect on that ride. It does something to you, and I was on it with a stranger, as it turns out. So like we both gone single rider line, and we both got put in together. And as a grown adult, just like myself, we're like two grown adults acting like kids on this ride because it's so fun, and it just like we're laughing the entire time because just something about it. It's fun and it's funny and. It's just crazy. I've never had the feelings. Epic Universe brought, let me put it this way, Epic Universe brought back feelings that I have not experienced in a theme park since I was a little kid. It was very reminiscent of the first time that I walked into Epcot in 1983. 1983 Epcot, Jonas will verify this, it was a very different Epcot than it is today. And when you went into the Communicore and you interacted with the robots and you saw the whole thing down below and there was that hopeful future. That's the feeling I got when I walked into Epic Universe. It's like the future is hopeful again. Team members were fabulous. Every team member I interacted with was like, wow, this is what cast members used to be like. It's so cool.
I just have to throw this in here. Two things. First of all, Ron, you're absolutely correct about Epcot. You probably heard me rant a little bit on that Park Place Morning Magic. But this footage that we're looking at right now, I do believe this is from Park Hoppin', our good friends over there at Park Hoppin'. probably those are Kristen Nova's hands that you're seeing there. Go check them out. Give them a follow. They're great. So
Absolutely. Watching what we're seeing on the screen and hearing what Ron's saying, Disney doesn't have an answer. And if you don't have an answer, the only thing you can do is drop prices. Disney might want you to think that they're number one, that they're the prestigious place, that you got to take your kid to see the castle and all that. The fact they're dropping prices means they're a discount place now because the quality is discounted versus Epic.
Yes, quite an interesting discussion on WDW Pro. I will post the link for that original video below. And now on with the article out of thatparkplace.com. After years of chasing dinks and Disney adults, families are back in focus. For the past several years, Disney's marketing has aggressively shifted towards adults with no children. Dinks, dual income, no kids, and so-called Disney adults became the prized demographic. They spend big, they post endlessly, and they don't bring toddlers. The shift was easy to see. Themed lounges, influencer events, designer mini ears, $250 prefix dining, limited time cocktails, identity-centric merchandise lines, everything crafted for adults who wanted a taste of childhood nostalgia without the hassle of an actual child. But in the pursuit of millennial clout, Disney lost something big. The average family, the very foundation of its empire. And by the way, what happens when a foundation crumbles? Well, everything on top of it crumbles down as well. Now, just as Universal prepares to offer a next-generation family experience, Disney is suddenly remembering who made the brand what it is, and the 2026 perks aren't just surface-level giveaways. They're meaningful returns to value-driven, family-focused vacationing. Kids eat free dining plans for kids. Perhaps the most significant offering of all, Disney is bringing back a version of the once iconic free dining plan promotion, this time targeting families directly by making meals free for kids ages 3 to 9 on select vacation packages. Disney considers a 10-year-old an adult, by the way. Disney being the only corporation in the entire world that would ever consider a 10-year-old an adult. Why they don't have if I were Disney, the pricing that I would do is 12 to 3. Actually, I would do 4 years old to 12 years old. I would change their whole thing, and they'd make a big difference by doing this. Really attract families. All the way 0 to age 3 until they actually hit their 4th birthday, they're free. I would make that happen. 4 to 12 would be the child age, and then there would be a teenage age. Once you hit 13 to, let's say, 18, like the 13 to 17 years old, there would be some type of incentives or discounts for something like that. And then 18 and above would be considered an adult. You can listen to me, Disney, if you want to. That's one of my suggestions. I have a lot that would make the whole thing better. I have tons of suggestions that would make Disney better. Will they ever listen to me? Not even in a survey. Okay. When paired with a non-discounted stay at a Disney resort hotel and theme park tickets, the dining plan can offer families hundreds of dollars in value over the course of a trip. It covers meals and snacks at a wide range of Disney dining locations, from quick service counters to some of the most popular themed restaurants in the parks. The return of this perk harkens back to a time when Disney packaged convenience, cost savings, and experience into a big, giant, one bundled offer, right? For families on a budget, it removes the stress of constantly calculating food costs, a huge win in an environment where a bottle of water alone can run $6. In the past, the free dining promotion was offered to everyone. By limiting it only to kids, Disney is essentially pushing aside the dink Disney adult crowd and making an impassioned plea for families to return to the Disney bubble. Bloop. Complimentary water park access on check-in day, summer only. Disney is also offering resort guests free admission to Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach on their arrival day during summer months only. While this benefit is limited to the first day of a guest stay, it provides an added half day of activity without the pressure of needing a full park ticket. Get in the plane, arrive early, drop your luggage off at the hotel, go directly to the theme park. By the way, theme parks have plenty of changing areas in there, so don't worry about that. Got lockers and all that stuff too. It's a clever move on paper. Most families arrive midday or early afternoon, too late to justify a full price theme park ticket. Giving guests a water park experience upon arrival not only adds perceived value, but it also redistributes crowds and incentivizes on property hotel bookings. It's a small thing, but it sets the tone for a vacation that starts with fun instead of a financial hit. Of course, the Disney water parks typically close for the day between 4 and 6 p.m., so how much value are the families actually getting from this park? I do wonder, sometimes they close later during the summer, I think. I'm not sure. Because they also have those summer night events that people pay extra for too. Early entry and extended evening hours for hotel guests. These time-based access perks remain intact for 2026 and continue to distinguish Disney resort hotel stays from off-property competition, including Universal's 3 new resort hotels in the Epic Universe area. Early theme park entry allows all Disney hotel guests to access every park 30 minutes before official opening, making it possible to experience top-tier rides with minimum wait. For Deluxe and Deluxe Villa Resort guests, extended evening hours allow them to remain in the parks for 2 extra hours on select nights. These extra hour windows are more than just bonus time. They're operational gold for families with young kids. Getting in a ride or two before the crowds arrive or circling back after the sun goes down can make or break a day when traveling with children. These perks were once standard under the extra magic hours system, but in recent years, they've been carved back into tiered privileges. The fact that they're still here in 2026 without additional charge adds weight to the idea that Disney is sweetening the deal for families who might be on the fence. These aren't just value perks. They're an olive branch to families who felt alienated, families who once got Magic Band's Magical Express for free, but are now facing rising costs, confusing technical hurdles, and fewer rewards. Yeah, being on your phone all day at the parks is not a fun deal. The truth behind the ticket cuts. Well, dropping the lowest Magic Kingdom price by $5, it might seem insignificant, but in Disney accounting, that's practically a siren. Epcot's top end price dropping is even more telling, especially given how heavily Disney has invested into that park's transformation. If that project was a runaway success, prices would be climbing, and they're not. And they're about to open a brand new ride at Disney, a rethemed test track 3.0, if you will, is about to open. So you'll have an additional attraction open next year with the prices dropping. How interesting is that? And while November and December pricing hasn't been released yet, the months where Disney rakes in premium rates, guests should brace for a possible hike. That's traditionally Disney's peak holiday profit window, and without reductions in those final months, it'll offset these early year gestures. Still, the larger signal remains Disney is reacting, and it's reacting to Epic Universe, a reversal years in the making. Disney spent years catering to a crowd that praised the parks as sacred ground. Now it's realizing that crowd alone can't sustain the empire, not when families are flocking to Universal for value immersion and characters their kids actually care about, like Mario, like Luigi. Epic Universe is going to be massive. Disney knows it, and for the first time in years, it's adjusting accordingly. Finally, not with press releases, not with spin, but with something tangible. Lower prices, family perks, and maybe, just maybe, a hint of humility. The question is, will it be enough? And that is the question I am asking you. Note it down in the comments. What do you think? Is Disney reacting to Epic, or is just this, they're just their marketing team? I think they're reacting to Epic, but I want to know your thoughts. Comment in the comments below. Please let your comments, let your thoughts be known. What do you think of Epic Universe? What do you think of Disney? Does any of this even change your mind? If you're a Disney person, you're diehard, let us know down in the comments. If you're a Universal person, you're diehard to that, let us know down in the comments. Let's have a conversation about this. Comment below before you go out the door. Thank you so much for coming in and checking this one out today. Yes, indeed. And indeed, do please click that like button on your way out the door. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do consider subscribing to the channel and click that notifications bell. When you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradleys Fun. And until next time, thank you so much and we'll see you real soon. Bye everybody, ciao!